Well, the 3 C's in a divorce, it's a funny thing because, you wouldn't necessarily look at it and say there are 3 C's, to this, but there are 3 C's. There are 3 crucial things that you should take into account. Number 1, communication. Communication is going to matter a lot. If you can't communicate productively with the other side, the court can take into account whether or not it can, have a joint situation. If, let's say, the court favors a joint custodial situation where the parents are sharing the custody of the child, part of that is going to be, can the court rely upon you to communicate appropriately? If you won't communicate in an appropriate, professional, respectful manner to the other side, then the court will realize, a joint situation doesn't work. That doesn't mean that therefore you're going to get the custody. It more likely will mean that the cooperative one's going to get the custody. So number 1, communication is very, very important. I just touched on the number 2 C that is important, and that's cooperation. You may not like the other person. That's why you're getting a divorce. You may not see eye to eye with how he or she, functions on a day-to-day basis or how they conduct themselves. But you do have to figure out a way to cooperate with them for the benefit of the child. Cooperation is going to help a lot of the outcomes. It's going to make things a lot easier. And if the court senses a lack of cooperation, then what the court is going to do is going to say, okay, well, you can't be relied upon to cooperate, so therefore we're not giving you anything to cooperate about. Or he's going to get all the rights. He'll make all the decisions, and that way we don't have to rely on your cooperation. It's like the parent who decides they won't cooperate with the parenting time, so when dad comes to pick up the child, mom's gone, she's at the mall with the kid. That's a lack of cooperation. And the court's going to say, you know what? If we're seeing that lack of cooperation, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to create a situation where he has to come to pick up the child. Child's just going to be with him all the time. You can now rely on his cooperation. We'll see how that goes. So that's a factor. Factor number 3, compromise. You may not like to compromise on things, but I will tell you one thing. Having done this for going on 40 years, it is better to arrive at a decision, even begrudgingly so, that reflects a compromise than have the guy in the black robe say, you shall do this and you shall do that, and order you to do this and order you to do that, because at least when you're compromising, you're still controlling the narrative. Once you refuse to compromise and you basically say, I'm not going to compromise, therefore, judge, you do it. Well, you may find that you may not like the decision of the judge. Judges have a lot of skills. They draw from a wide pool of talents that they have. And you know what talent I've seen a lot of judges have? One of the talents that I've seen a lot of judges have is they are able to make both parties equally miserable if given the opportunity. So you really want to, watch your ability to compromise, because it saves money, it reduces conflicts, and at the end, it's what helps out the children the most. So those are the 3 C's of divorce that I think you should consider.
248-588